So here we are back in the mess that we call the layout room. Nothing much has changed, you know. Everything is still the same. Because been doing other things. So I figured I'll do a, I don't know, a mail call slash train show haul, since everybody does that. And let's just use the benchwork to store stuff and look at some of these things here. First thing, I guess, this decoder. I'm kind of standardized on ESU decoders, and I've been buying ESU decoders over the years, mostly because of the Railcon support. But I've been hearing a lot of good things about TCS. I watched Ray Brown on his channel, Bessemer Lake Erie, and he's using TCS. And in the last video that I've seen, he was showing the latency between, you pressing an action on your throttle and then the decoder responding. Obviously, I mean, that could be due to other factors as well, not just the decoder, but it seemed that TCS has better response times than ESU, at least in his tests. And I thought maybe I should give it a try. On the other hand, TCS decoders are really hard to find in Canada. I don't know why. I guess people don't like TCS or something, or everything is Digitrack or NCE or ESU or whatever. So I happened to stumble upon a TCS decoder at one of the vendors nearby, and it was like, last item, last one, and then no more. They're not gonna carry that anymore because people don't ask for TCS. So I bought it. I mean, it was $150 US or whatever, 130. Decoders are really expensive, Jesus. But I figured I'll give it a try, and then I bought one of these boards, adapter boards for it. So I'm gonna give it a try, and this is the Wow Sound 121, I think, yeah, and it's a diesel. So since most of the things I have are diesels, so we'll see how that goes. I guess in one of the videos I'll do my own test between ESU and TCS, and then see if I get the compare result. The other thing I got was this compendium of modular railroad operations. I've been looking for this book, well, not looking to get this book for many years. But the shipping was always a deterrent. And this is even pre-tariffs and everything else. It was $40 to ship a book because it's a hardcover and it's a very thick book. So just before November, I guess sometime around November, December, I decided to bite the bullet and order it. And this is where I got it from, Arizona Hobbies. They were pretty fast in shipping this, and everything went great. And the book's here. I haven't opened it yet. You see, the wrapping is still on it. It's on my to-do list, like everything else in this layout. It's on the to-do list. Well, I'll get to it. Now to the other thing that I want to do is a bit of items I got from a recent train show. It wasn't much. Really, I don't think I need anything more. I mean, I have all the track and turnouts for the layout. I have bins of rolling stock and locomotives, and then some. And really what I'm looking for is now scenic material. And I would prefer Scenic Express over Woodland Scenics. But again, it's almost impossible to find Scenic Express items where I live. And ordering from US it's kind of like really hard. I mean, the tariffs and shipping and everything else is just crazy. Anyway, I happen to buy stuff at the train show, even though I said I wouldn't. Well, I should not have brought any money then, right? The vendor was selling 4 SD40s. And at first I was like, what am I going to do with SD40s? And these are SD40s, there's 2. Actually, they're a couple of years or 5 years after what I'm modeling Penn Central. So the vendor was selling 4 of them. And in hindsight, maybe I should have bought all 4. But then I thought, what am I going to do with 4 SD40s? I already have several, and I don't know. and these were undecorated, so really you can, make them your own, paint them. And I ended up buying 3, but really they would have sold me all 4 for like, I don't know, 250 Canadian dollars, which I think it would be a really good deal. I mean, like $60 Canadian per locomotive, and these are Caro. You can't find stuff like that for $60. Everything is so expensive nowadays. In any case, I mean, here they are. Eventually, like everything else, I'll end up painting them Penn Central, I suppose. I don't think anybody's gonna care or notice that they're Dash 2s. I think 2 have dynamic brakes and this one doesn't, so something like that. But actually I have some extra parts that belong to the 4th locomotive that didn't get. And that's what I'm saying, in hindsight, I should just get the whole package, and they probably would have sold it to me for even less than $250. They originally wanted $280, I think. So I think I paid for these $180 or $190 or something. I don't know. So yeah, I mean, yeah, like when you see something, just if you have the money, just get it, because it does really matter. It's not gonna be there anymore, and I had access to pre-show, so that's why I was able to get these. Like probably somebody would have gotten the whole thing after the show opened. The next thing I got was this maintenance of way. Now, this was even a longer or a bigger stretch, because these are like modern items. And it was like $40 or $50, I think, whatever. So I figured if I was to 3D print this on my own, I would have to model it first, and then print all the detail and assemble and paint and blah. When you add up how much time you would spend doing all that and resources, buying one just makes sense. Yeah, I know it's a hobby and you just do it for fun, but there are so many other things that I need to do, so just buy it. And it's a pretty decent model. It's powered and everything, so it's kind of interesting. I mean, you can see the trucks have pickups. So, and then the next thing I got, now this is like going back more in time, maybe 10 years, is this merchandise service, the Pennsylvania. Oops, sorry about that. Or maybe I should take it out if I can with one hand. Let's see how that works. Come on. And I mean, this is MTH, so I just want to take it out of the box so that we don't have the glare of the packaging. And I didn't really prepare for this, so my apologies. Okay, there we go. So this is the Pennsylvania Railroad Merchandise Services boxcar. And from what I can gather, they're really hard to find. And everybody likes this sort of merchandise service logo with the white Pennsylvania Railroad markings and everything. So I've seen it on another channel, Jack on Track. Yeah, he likes to collect this. So I figured they look really nice, and I'm modeling Penn Central or Pennsylvania Railroad. I mean, whichever. It's really Penn Central, but I have a lot of PRR equipment, so I won't mind running PRR. Like, it's my railroad, and this is gonna look neat. So I got it, and I think it was like, I don't know, $10 or something, or 15. So it was really cheap as well. And then, of course, just a couple of blue boxes. And what is this? A 40? Oh yeah, a Penn Central. Penn Central boxcars. So I mean, I just get it because it's Penn Central green. And this one was what is this? Another Penn Central box. Yeah, so one is a 40, one is a 50-foot car. But painted Penn Central, I don't have to do anything, so good. And then I end up buying the grain elevator. So this area of the layout is gonna have a grain elevator on this track here. Well, 2 tracks actually. And I thought I was gonna 3D print, because it needs to be kind of custom. But then I saw this and it was like 25 bucks. The guy basically gave it to me for the price that was on the sticker. I think you can see this was like 2010. I don't know if you can see that. Or 510. I think that's like either 2005 or 2010. $25 for the kit. Again, like good luck finding one for that much money now. So I got it. And I don't know if I got anything else. And now I can't even think of it. But the granite was gonna go here, so I'm probably just gonna do half of it. And then it's gonna be like long. And then the shed's gonna be on the closer side, on the the further track from the edge, and then the other track is gonna be like for storage of the other cars. So should be okay. I still don't know about this backdrop that's there. It's just a test really, but probably not gonna use that specific view. It was just for the sake of seeing whether the printed backdrops work or not. I'm still on the fence whether I'm gonna use the printed backdrops or not. Any case, that's for this segment of I guess train show / buying stuff. Now there is a few projects I'm working on right now. One is getting the lights, the overhead lights, the layout lights connected to these remote switches, because I'm tired of this darkness here. Yeah, I mean the pot lights are bright, but I think it could be much brighter with the layout lights. So I want to finally hook up these remote switches, because I'm tired of crawling underneath the bench truck and plugging 3 or 4 plugs into the almost inaccessible spots over there underneath the layout to power all these lights. So I want to hook this back up, and then it's going to be just switch here. And I found this is my old setup for the N-scale layout, where I had the staging behind there, and then I had 2 peninsulas and everything else, but I need to relabel it. So that's one of the projects, and then obviously I need to lay all the track and on the second level, and then add all the sidings, and nothing is wired yet because I need to get these boards going that are another major project. Are they in this box? Yeah, I have 20 or so of the Railcom boards, so I need to get those set up and wired up. And these are 6-channel track power / block occupancy detection / current protection / Railcom detection boards. And yeah, so I'll probably need about 15 of those or 17 across the entire layout. We'll see. I mean, I'm crazy. I want to detect every single turnout and every single piece of track, even the sidings. I don't know why. Or spurs. I mean, even the railroads don't do that. Well, maybe they do if it's important. Okay, so I've rambled enough for 13 minutes. I'll close it here, and thanks for watching.